Hi everyone, this is Dakota McLean. Here's your tip of the week. As you saw by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about what to do before your round of golf. So there's a lot of different ways. So everyone has their own technique and their own way of practicing before they start their round. I'm going to be showing you a couple ways that I like to do it. There's never a perfect system. It's just you have to have some sort of routine when you're out there doing it. And it also goes into detail of like how you're going to be hitting them for the day. I know that there's a quote from Jack Nicklaus when I was watching him, like I was reading his book and then also watching him. Whenever he would start a round, right before he would go out and play, he would go to the range and he sometimes might hit a draw, sometimes might hit a fade, but he said whatever he's hitting that day, he is playing it. Never try to force yourself to try to hit a shot when you're out there playing. You just have to play your game. Don't try to force it. It'll all come together when you practice and you get better at golf. So let's jump right into it. Let's head over to the range.
Before the start of every round, I try to make sure that I stop out at the driving range just to warm up, stretch out a little bit, and I always start with the lowest club in my bag, which would be my wedge. So that way I'm able to just get warmed up, get the feel of everything. Sometimes you're on the mats, sometimes you're on the grass, but it's good to just try to get a feel of what you are going to be expecting for the day. I take half shots at first, and then I take a little bit more of a 3/4 swing, and then I lead into my full swing for my last shot. That's what I would just to get everything loosened up and ready to go. And then after that, I would lead into my next clubs, which would be my 7-iron. So you'll see that here in just a bit. Like I said, the next club that I'm hitting is my 7-iron and taking half shots with it, just to get a feel of what I'm expecting for the day. If I'm hitting a draw or a fade, like I said at the very beginning of the video, whatever you're hitting for the day, you want to make sure that that is what you are planning for whenever you're hitting every shot. I start to get my distances down to see how I'm doing for the day. Next, I would be hitting my hybrid and my woods. I wouldn't spend too much time on this one. Like I said, I would get there probably about an hour beforehand. I'm not spending too much time on the range as I would when I'm chipping and putting. I'm just hitting my hybrids to get some distance and see what my ball flight would be doing. I don't take too many swings because I'm already going to be playing golf for the day, so you don't want to be worn out by the end of it. The last club that I'm hitting on the range is my driver. I'm taking a few swings with it just to see how I'm hitting it for the day, if I'm hitting it high or low, and then also my ball flight, and seeing if it's curving left or right. And then after I'm hitting my last one, I would like to set up like how I would if I'm teeing off on the first tee. So I'm taking my normal routine and setting up like I'm hitting my makeshift fairway out there, and whatever I hit for the day on that one is what I'm planning for. Like I said, I'm not spending too much time on the driving range. I spend a little bit of time on the chipping portion. I'm hitting a couple different shots, my high shots, my low shots, and then also to see if how much spin I'm going to be using for the day. And then I would also go to the rough as well. My last spot that I go to is the putting green. The putting green is where I would spend most time, probably 10-15 minutes, just to see how they're rolling. I usually go from about 5 feet, and then I work my way back into the 10 to 15 foot range just to see how much speed they're going to have with each shot. Just trying to dial myself in for when I'm out there on the putting green. My final putts are going to be from a little bit more of the long range because you're not always going to be hitting them within like 5 to 10 feet. So you want to see how the speed is and how much turn and how much roll there is going to be when you're on the putting green, just to get a feel of how your lag putting is for the day.
I hope these tips have helped. When it goes to getting ready before your round of golf, it's always important to go out there and try to hit some shots. You never know what kind of golf you're going to be playing that day until you actually go out there and practice. I always say show up about 30 to an hour before your tee time, so that way you have time to go inside, get something to drink, something to eat, and go out there and practice for about 30 minutes before your tee time. I would say spend about at least 10 minutes on the putting green. Getting the feel of the green is the most important part. When you guys are out there golfing, you're put into different situations when you're out there on the golf course. Sometimes you're in the rough, sometimes you're in the fairway, you're in the bunker. It's never the same. But when you're on the putting green, it's always going to be the same. That's why you want to dial in your putting stroke a lot more than all of your other shots. When you're out there playing golf, whatever you're hitting for that day when you're on the practice range, it's what you should be playing that day. Like I said, there's no perfect science, but this is the way that I do it, and this is what's helped me. So I'm gonna get ready to tee off now. So I wanna thank everybody for coming out and watching my video, and I'll see everyone next time.